live?
Yeah, we should be alive.
All right. Yesterday was Winnie the Pooh's birthday.
Oh, now we can't stream in China anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
So I did do a test run just to see if the game ran properly. Doing sessions, also known as Desmond.
yes, Desmond Miles.
Two secret organizations. You know, here's my pitch for a new Assassin's Creed game. It takes place in like prehistoric times, so you're running around as a caveman. But there's also dinosaurs, since going back that far causes the machine to glitch. So now you got
Yeah,
it. So instead of
and they're and they're all scaly instead of feathered.
yeah, so you have to climb up the massive scaly dinosaurs to instead of watchtowers.
Oh yeah, and instead of eagles, they're pterosaurs.
Yeah, you just get like a little pterosaur that climbs on your shoulder, and they're like, "Look, we don't know what's
Oh no,
going on."
it's still massive.
This is a massive pterosaur that makes you tip over.
Honestly, an Assassin's Creed style, like an Assassin's Creed combat and parkour kind of game, mixed with like dinosaurs, that doesn't sound like it'd be a bad game.
Well, it does have a name. It's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh.
Okay, it's more of a Tomb Raider type game, but it's a pretty good game. Have you ever played Horizon Zero Dawn?
Nope, literally the only thing I know about it is that incel complaining about the girl not being perfectly washed and clean and make-upped.
Yes. Yeah, it's a game that I wanted to play. I just couldn't play it. Can I just skip this?
Sure. This is just a summary of the first two games.
Okay.
Oh man, Ezio is the best.
Ezio is very likable. To be fair, I'm only going through my rough memories of what happened in the second game. The second game is the one where you beat up the Pope, right?
Yes, the Pope orders the murder of your entire family, but you survive, so you spend the entire game fighting your way towards him. And then the very end, it's like the final. It's like, I'm not going to kill you. I'm not a murderer.
Way back in like the first game came out like 2008.
Was it? No, it was like 2006.
It was very early on in the lifespan of the system. Ooh, I think it might be 2007 actually.
2007.
Yeah.
Yeah, November 13th.
I once
We were
stumbled
both
upon
fairly
a very hardcore Assassin's Creed roleplay group,
Oh no.
and they were all like the stupidest people I ever met. Because one of them was like, I played it. I joined in just for a bit, and I was like, I'm gonna play a Templar, and then one of them was like, and one of the assassins just showed up at my base and was like, I challenge you to a duel, and I'm like, okay, I'll fight you in full plate armor. I'm like, oh no, you gotta fight me naked. We gotta throw down our weapons, and I'm like, okay, we're fighting naked then. Strip off your clothes. And he's like, what? No, that's awful. And I'm like, okay, then I'll just beat you to death with my
Mace.
sword.
Oh.
with my mace, yeah. And he's like, my dagger sits through your plate armor. And I'm like, no, not really. Historically speaking, a dagger wouldn't really get past my chainmail.
Yeah. A rapier wouldn't get past the chainmail.
Yeah. I see the Pope has vanished already.
Yeah.
He left behind his clothes. That's gotta be disparaging for the
It's
priest.
the rapture. It's already begun.
Or at least he left his magic staff behind. Okay, how did the Pope get out of here without me? I gotta ask. Do you think this half-nude man
the power
climbed
of God
up?
and anime.
I just imagine this half-nude man doing acrobatics to climb up that sheer cliff.
What? Yeah, a half-nude man that weighs like 200 pounds. Who was the Pope in 1499?
Oh goodness, I don't know. Well, supposedly this is the actual real historical
Uh,
figure you're fighting, though.
Pope Alexander.
Yeah, I think this is the real historical dude you're fighting here. And I'm going even further down. What is this?
Oh yeah, now he was a big chunky guy. How much did he weigh?
Better in the hands of the earth than in the hands of man.
Oh, there he is.
Uncle.
No, that's your uncle.
Oh,
You sent a single man against an entire army. I was worried. Quick, climb up. We have to get out of here.
It's a me, Mario.
yeah, they make that joke in the second game.
This one?
No. Like Assassin's Creed 2. This is technically the third game.
Ah, fair enough. Now, technically, it's the fourth game if you count the PSP PS game.
I
Fifth
don't.
game.
Those are spin-offs.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't count spin-offs. And that's why my friend hates that I don't like Kingdom Hearts.
Not believe the things I have seen, Mario.
Mario, you would not believe the day I have had.
I expect opposition.
It's so nice of the Pope to invite us over for pasta.
I hope he brought lots of spaghetti. Oh man. So there's something I want to talk to you about. You know what movie or not movie? You know what show had the best specials? Like the best TV specials and the best movie?
I do not. Tell me.
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
We must go, Ezio. Now.
Ed, Ed and Eddie had some really good holiday specials.
I do love the
and
shove animation. He's basically just huddled in and he's like.
Oh yeah.
But my other favorite animation is when you have the knives out and you're running. It sort of does like this Naruto run.
Oh. Is that the Spanish Inquisition? I was not expecting them. Yeah, I was thinking about Ed, Ed and Eddie Big Picture movie or Big Picture show or whatever it was.
What are you doing?
Oh shit!
Saving you from the look of things. Not bad for an old man.
I forgot how clunky the combat is in this game.
Have some skill.
Yeah, it suffers the same thing that early Zelda games had, or well, not early, but early 3D Zelda games had, where it's just waiting to counter. It's a problem that Skyward Sword had really bad, but it's not nearly as bad in the
Yeah.
Switch version.
It's also because like the enemies have like so little HP that if you just smacked them all, die anyway. Like, can I
Yeah,
mug
but they
him?
make them more or less invincible.
Mug the core. There we go.
Yeah, I think you just... Is it pressing or holding?
I gotta hold it.
Okay, so pressing is picking up.
Yeah. I got
been so
full
long since
throwing
I've played
knives
it.
now.
Nice.
I hate how slow Etsy is.
Yeah, I can see that.
You've heard the news about the Assassin's Creed Black Flag spin-off, right?
What? No!
So okay, so what's going on is it's not really Assassin's Creed. It's the ship mechanics. It's like Skull and Crossbones.
But it's... Okay, the ship mechanics were the best part.
Yeah, so it's the ship mechanics, but unfortunately what's been going on is they've had no clear vision on what they want to do with it. So they spent the better part of a decade faffing about, spending millions of Ubisoft dollars, and now Ubisoft's just like sunk cost fallacying it, and they're like, we'll just eventually they'll get around to releasing some.
Oh no, they're Duke Nukem! They're
Yep.
gonna Duke Nukem it.
Well, Duke Nukem at least knew what kind of game it was. This one apparently they don't even know if they want to do like on the ground combat, ship only combat, if they want to have like a crew involved, etc., etc.
Oh man,
Oh, I just
That's
smacked
rough.
my uncle. Oh, I'm a terrible man.
that's fine.
Here we
Kill
go.
them both. Yeah, kill them both. Double kill.
Oh no!
Oh.
Come on, double kill, assassinate.
I think you have to grab him.
No, there we go.
Okay.
Really quick zoom in, just to a point.
Yeah, it would have looked awesome if it wasn't such a tight alley.
You know what game I really love for like its a slow-mo scene, buddy?
Uh.
Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh yes.
I should replay. I would totally be up for replaying all the Batman Arkham games.
I've only ever played Arkham City.
Well, I know what you're going to be doing for Halloween this year.
Arkham Asylum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Don't
Oh
stand
man.
on the edge, Mario.
Which Ed Netty holiday special was your, or not holiday? Between the holiday specials and the TV movie.
I never saw any Ed and Eddie specials.
What? Not even the movie?
Nope.
You've never seen the Ed Netty movie?
No, I have not.
Oh my god.
Until like 2 years ago, I didn't even know there was a movie, and I tried watching a video on it. I was like, oh, "What's going on? There's an edited movie?" And I was like, "Oh, this is a video about it." And the reviewer spent the first half hour talking about the goddamn opening credits and how it was focused on grass.
Okay, that sounds like a piss. That sounds like a piss poor review.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Like the opening, it's quiet and goes through several scenes of emptiness in the cul-de-sac to emphasize just how bad they fucked up.
Yeah, and he just spends like an entire 30 minutes going on about how the emptiness is it's serene and different. He goes on to explain like how the show was always loud and obnoxious and it opens with a quiet scene, and I'm like, dear
it
fucking
doesn't take
God.
half an hour. It takes like 30 seconds at most. Like I was being like when I said my brief summary of why the intro is important, it didn't even last like 10 seconds.
Yeah. He just goes on this huge ass diatribe, and I'm like, God. Wow, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
In the 5 minutes you were away, I signed off on an arsenal upgrade.
I forgot this is the one with the villa.
Not surprised.
I forgot about that. Oh man, this is such a good one. I love the villa.
One thing that is there a lot of assassinating in this?
Absolutely.
Thank God. That's the one thing that was missing from Black Flag, you know.
Yeah.
Black Flag is literally the best game.
Oh yeah. They replaced the assassinating with ship combat, and the ship combat is so goddamn fun. Like Jesus Christ, it's so good.
Fair enough. Yeah, the ship combat's great. It's one of the best parts. Like it's so weird. Playing an Assassin's Creed game where you only assassinate like one person.
Thanks to you.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Pretty much the only one you have to assassinate is the only person you have to go after is fucking hell. I don't even remember his name.
I remember playing Rogue, which had a lot more assassination targets, aka your old assassin buddies. Play Rogue?
No, I've only played the games up to Black Flag.
Rogue is, let's be honest, it's just Black Flag.
Yeah, I played Assassin's Creed, the Ezio games, 3, and Black Flag. I refer to the Ezio trilogy as the Ezio games, or Ezio trilogies. Honestly, the Ezio trilogy is the best. Ezio is the best character in the line of assassins.
Do you have a soda?
I'm sorry, was that audible?
Yes.
Sorry.
That's fine. It's fine. I kind of like Connor, but only because
he shares your name.
Also, it's because whenever somebody challenges me to one of those type in your name and then Sonic the Hedgehog character, the head
It's
and then
it's
the
always an
hedgehog. It's like
assassin hedgehog.
yeah.
Need some help.
Salve.
So many flowers. Your husband must be very lucky.
I am the lucky one.
I remember when I played Assassin's Creed 3, I accidentally killed George Washington.
Okay, on the topic of George Washington, I really do love the King Washington.
I never actually played that.
Invited?
No, it's fun. You get to control animal spirit.
Oh yeah, I looked up Connor the Hedgehog and I absolutely found. Also, that's not a hedgehog, that's a wolf.
Fair enough.
No one can stop walks with such bearing. I'm certain Ezio Auditore himself would be impressed.
Ezio Auditore de Frenze.
Claudia thinks the world of him, but he rarely visits.
God, I love Ezio. Ezio is the best.
I do love this dialogue. He's like, "Oh, what have you heard of this Ezio?" And she's like, "Oh, he's a dick. He's a loser." He's like, "Ah, that's true."
I absolutely love someone trying to be incognito, but the person they're talking to absolutely knows who they are, so they just shit talk them.
When we get there.
Oh goodness, there's so much stuff where it's like people are just shit talking somebody and they're in the room. They're saying it to the. One of my favorite gags is always Gravity Falls, where he's like Pacific Northwest is the worst, and like knocking on, say that to her face. He opens the door and she's like, "I need your help." And he's like, "You're the worst." And just,
Yes, that was such a good moment. That was a huge piece of character development for him because, like, he'd been sort of non-confrontational for like the
a
first
majority of the
season.
show, yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
reminds
was,
me.
I think it was after they defeated Gideon the first time that, well, not the first time, but after they defeated Gideon with the robot, that's when he actually started standing up for himself.
Fair enough. After Bill Cipher, first Bill Cipher fight.
Yeah, I mean, that was around the same time.
I do like. I have been watching. I've been watching Owl House. Really does. The longer I watch it, really feel like a continuation
successor.
of not as succession, but more like a continuation of the characters from Gravity Falls, but with like witches and wizards instead of American
Demons.
whatnot.
Cryptids and demons. Yeah, I still need to watch Owl House. I've
Yes, Signore.
watched a total. I've watched the first 3 episodes this morning.
Go on, tell him.
It's a good show. Like literally, it just gets better
Yeah,
and better.
I know. I started watching it today. I got 3 episodes in, and then I got
Busy.
had to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have all the time in the world.
I went to go play not Assassin's Creed, Ace Attorney, the
Oh.
Switch one.
You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Before I forget, and we end up on the Ace Attorney conversation point. The Emperor Washington DLC from Assassin's Creed is based off a real event.
Oh,
So George Washington, supposedly, when he the war was over, and America had its independence, several people came up to him and said, "George Washington, if you would like to become the king of America,
yeah.
we would support you."
And he refused because he didn't want America to just be under another king.
Yeah, he said, "I didn't fight King George III to become King George I." Which is a very powerful line. I like to believe there's like some parallel universe out there where he said yes, and it's like a little worse for the.
Yeah, the Adventure Zone. Which one was it? I want to say Commitment. I think it was Commitment. Adventure Zone Commitment has a secret organization of superheroes that follow the descendant of Benjamin Franklin, who in that universe was named the Secret King of America.
Hello, mysterious sleeping man.
We need you to fix the cannons on the battlements. Leave me be. I do not begin repairs before noon. Do you know what time it is? I make cannons, not clocks. If you are busy, someone else will fix them. Uno momento. No one else will touch my cannons.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my many art projects. Literally, if anybody's like, oh, I'd like to color this, I'm like, no, I'll color it.
I'm the only one allowed to color your art other than you.
I'm the only you and I are the only ones allowed to fuck with my vision.
Yeah.
I,
Usually because we typically have the same vision.
yeah, fair enough.
Imagine firing a cannon from your hands. That is the
It's funny because you actually do have a gun in the.
Yeah, but it's I think this is the one where you get the guns, like the wrist guns.
No, the second game you got the wrist.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's basically just telling you, imagine having guns, and you're like,
What have you
I've already had guns in the game.
used them? They were not ready for firing. You could have gotten us all killed. Let me see.
Please tell me this character is a recurring character.
I believe so.
Only when you two fools are shooting them. There, try it.
All right, let's do this.
Aim at something to test the alignment.
Oh god, I love that sound.
Oh, that's
That
chunky.
is loud.
That is chunky. That is a chunky noise. That is a chunky boy.
I love it. It's so much louder. It's so much louder than the rest of the game. I love it.
I'm gonna decrease the volume a little. Wow, I did not
Oh.
expect.
It's only for the cannons.
Okay, yeah. That's it. Okay, everything else is down to one of all. Yeah, that's how I operate. Everything down to one.
I think that makes it more immersive.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I don't know if you've ever been near a cannon.
Oh,
when
I've
it
been near
fires.
handguns. I've been near rifles. I've been near. I've used handguns, so I know how loud they can get.
Yeah, I've so in where my grandma and grandpa used to live, every year they would have a festival, and in it, when it starts, or the first night it starts, right before like a shit ton of fireworks, they would fire an actual cannon, not with a cannonball, but like it wouldn't actually fire anything, but they'd still fire it, and it is loud. It basically lets the town know that everything, like, it's ready for
you
festivities.
I just imagine there's an Assassin's Creed game out there where you have a portable off wherever you want. Grappled and in like a portable bale of hay.
Like just having a spring-loaded trampoline in your pocket.
Yeah, you just go through like all the motions
no,
and
no.
get halfway through the.
You have moon shoes.
Mario is going to murder me. I have lost his favorite horse. Do not despair. I will bring it back. God bless you.
Mario lost his favorite horse? Oh my goodness. Where's Yoshi? Oh, fuck you.
I'm on Twitter and reblogging a shit ton of.
Come on.
art.
Come on. Yoshi, get back here. Yoshi? Come on. Come on. Dang it. Press a B to mount. I'm pressing.
Yeah.
Do I have to hold it? Is this one of the cases?
I don't know. Can you? Is there a button to whistle? Why do you only have 1 health?
Because I fell off a build.
Right.
Go on, Yoshi. Giddy up, boy. And this is before the games get like auto healing. So.
Here.
Grazie, Ezio. I can no longer.
I do like that they throw in the
You will
the actual.
Do not spend as much time in battle as your Uncle Mario.
My battles have already been won.
Sorry.
Your Uncle Mario, he's always fighting that Bowser and saving that princess. We're Italian. Why is he saving that princess all the time? The Renaissance.
His brother Luigi is so much better. He saved the Waffle Kingdom.
Uh.
Yeah, we still need to make a supercut of the Waffle Kingdom adventures.
We should. That would be. I should actually. Go and get the rest of these stuff for that. Make it like now with bonus content.
Just like sit down and record an entire reading.
Buongiorno, Ezio.
Caterina.
I'm trying to remember
enjoy
some.
the pleasure of your presence here.
I desire.
We were talking about like 2 seconds ago.
The papal armies have resumed their march on Forli. Your
Before
mercenaries
Paper
are a
Mario.
great asset to my
Hell of a
cause.
boss.
It is like
No.
I can give you what you seek.
Oh,
Shit,
I know exactly what I was going to talk about. One of my favorite Renaissance men is Michelangelo. And
oh,
not,
yes,
just,
because
not,
he's so spiteful.
Machiavelli.
and not just because that's the name of my cat.
Don't
Uh,
I think.
so he has a broken. So Michelangelo had a broken nose.
Vicano and faced Rodrigo. He used the power of the papal staff against me, but I defeated him.
He used the power of the Pope against me.
I gained access to the vault.
I have the power of God and enemy by my side.
Goddess Minerva spoke. She told of a terrible tragedy to befall mankind in the future, but gave hope of lost temper.
He called her the
to
goddess
revive
Minerva.
humanity.
Yeah.
And then
So are you familiar with
Desmond, as if he were there,
Greek emperors, with Roman emperors?
after her warning.
Minerva is the goddess. Is the Roman goddess.
Of
She's
of war, yeah.
family and motherhood.
Did not house the terror.
And war. Actually, she's
Wait.
she's
Isn't
She-
she Hera?
she's Athena, I believe.
Yes.
Wait, I thought.
Words proved otherwise.
Wait,
All of her kind died many years
Or
ago.
is
wait,
she
who
Hera?
No, you're right. You're right. Hera is Juno.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah. So Minerva is Athena,
Yes.
and one of my favorite things.
After she spoke to me, she said that she needed to go bother someone named Kratos.
Tell me how it ended with
Ah,
Did Rodrigo beg forgiveness? Make
I love Athena in
God's power in return.
None of those things.
God of War.
Interesting.
'Cause she dies in the first game, and then she spends the rest of the
I let him
series
leave.
as a being above gods and just
Once our enemies are dead,
stasses Kratos.
no, she actually dies in the second game.
you should have
Oh, I
taken
thought it was the first one.
We're sure
No, she survives the first one. Her death is in the second game.
Take the past.
Okay, well, she dies in the second game and spends the rest of the series sassing Kratos.
No.
Yep.
I am leaving immediately for Roma.
Ezio, I do not know why you spared him, but I trust your judgment. Machiavelli will come around.
So, the Roman Emperor Domitian ruled for 10 long years, which is impressive considering he's a Roman emperor. Most Roman emperors do not live that long. He came right off the heels of the year of the four emperors. You know that?
I'm not as familiar with Roman history as I am with Greek.
So long
Mythology.
story short, is this gonna get saucy?
No,
Okay.
no more than The Witcher.
Okay. So the year of the four Roman emperors.
The Witcher got
Is
very
a-
saucy.
Yeah, true.
You remember the bathtub?
Oh
scene
yes.
That a lot of people got mad about that.
God, I freaking love that game. Witcher 3.
Is that the one where the bear spawns if you try to farm XP from the cows or something?
It's a griffin. And yes.
Okay. Okay. I love that is probably the best patch to fix any kind of grinding exploit ever. Like not just they don't patch it out, they just have it spawn a very powerful near indestructible monster.
Yep.
Like that is impressive.
So the Roman Emperor Domitian said to be invincible because he had the blessings of Minerva behind him. Hello, Saucy C. Can we go back to looking at the gauntlet?
It's a bracer, not a gauntlet.
Fair enough. So Domitian was considered invincible by his political enemies because the goddess Minerva was protecting him. But one day, he receives a vision that Minerva was no longer going to protect him because Zeus was forcing her hands. But she warned him through one of the through a fortune teller that he would die, I believe, at noon. So every day at noon following that, he would have a knife with him, and he would only allow in certain select people he absolutely trusted.
Did he trip on the knife?
No, what happened is his assistant, who he trusted, told him the wrong time of day, and he let somebody into the palace to talk to them, and they stabbed him.
Oh. I think my favorite prophecy coming true is... Oh, shit. I'll have to actually look up, because it was an extremely specific prophecy.
Oh, that's
that
beautiful.
Had a very, very convoluted way of being fulfilled. Let's see.
Oh, beautiful.
It's the Borgia. How do we not see this? They must have massed to the east during the night. We need to hold them off until the townspeople have escaped. I will take care of it.
Ah, thank goodness. No more mini-games about beefing up my city.
Do you have it? I am keeping it safe. The Borgia must not be allowed to breach the walls until everyone is safely away. Insieme per la vittoria.
Insieme. Uncle, be careful.
I do love me some prophecy, though, to be honest.
I'm looking it up. I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah, Domitian was like a really neat dude. And immediately after his, oh, they stole all my money, too?
Well, because you were nude. You didn't grab your wallet.
Fair enough. Am I actually controlling, or is that this automated?
I have no idea. I think you're actually controlling.
I think it was mostly automated. Hello.
Okay, I found it. The prophecy claims the hero cannot be killed during the day or night, nor indoors or outdoors.
I know this
Neither
exact
riding-
prophecy.
I'm telling.
Okay.
The prophecy claims the hero cannot be killed during the day or night, neither indoors nor outdoors, neither riding nor walking, not clothed and not naked, nor by any weapon lawfully made. He's killed at dusk, wrapped in a net with 1 foot in a cauldron and one on a goat, and with a spear poured for a year during the hours when everyone was at mass. It's a Welsh prophecy, or it's a Welsh
Yes, yes, I know this one. Oh my dear God, this is so loud.
myth. Yeah.
Yeah, I read it up because I was curious about Welsh myth for a point, and I was like, what kind of wacky stuff do the Welsh talk about? And I was like looking this up, and I was like, wait, they seriously had this? That's so cool.
It's so absolutely specific.
It's so specific, and it's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Hello, massive a thing.
Speaking of prophecies and their interpretations, did you know that the reason why Tolkien had what's her face be the one to kill the Lich King? It's because he was so pissed at the prophecy of Macbeth, where Macbeth could be killed by no man of woman born.
Yeah, I
Macbeth
recall
was killed
that.
by someone with a C-section. So he was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna have this a similar prophecy, but it's gonna be fulfilled by a woman, because you know she's not a man."
Yep.
And-
The reason I believe that Shakespeare had it done that way is because that's actually true to life to some degree. Definitely different than the way it's portrayed, but definitely a little true to life.
Yeah, I can understand that, but
Come
it
on,
still would've been
villagers,
cool
flee,
if
flee, flee!
I think you gotta kill the tower. Probably
It's
takes
so
like,
slow, dear God.
oh man.
It's so slow. That's part of the issue. Cannon is so slow to fire.
Yeah.
Am I gonna have to get another assassin wrist blade, or am I just stuck with the? That'll
You
suck.
get 2.
Okay.
I think Da Vinci makes another one.
Okay. Yeah. So Michelangelo, on top of being the saltiest bitch in all of ancient Italy, he also, and this is one of my favorite stories about him. Oh, destroy the enemy cannons. Okay.
Okay. That's probably the tower and the cannons.
Yeah. So Michelangelo was tasked with working on a building that Raphael had originally started, and Michelangelo.
15 chapter.
No. The Sistine Chapel, I believe, was always Michelangelo. And what ends up happening is, so Raphael was an architect on top of being a painter, etc., etc., etc.
And a sculptor.
Yeah, and a sculptor. No, he didn't sculpt. Michelangelo sculpted.
David. Yeah.
No, David is Michelangelo.
Yeah, that's what you said.
No, I said Raphael.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought you were still talking about Michelangelo.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm talking about like why Michelangelo hated Raphael.
Cannons.
Yeah, I know. I misaimed.
Hey, we got Delfer the Fox. Delfer.
Oh, neat. Hello.
Oh, one survived.
That's fine. One survivor is not the end of the world.
I mean, it could be. Look at your health.
Fair enough.
Try.
Yeah.
I don't remember the intro being this difficult. Game's pretty good, Delfer. Okay, looks like all the villagers fled.
Wait! Soldiers are climbing the walls! Signore!
Oh, I'm about to say, give me a second.
You must stop them!
Zuntai.
I'm dealing with like the most obnoxious right now.
Yeah, it's always rough. How's your brother doing?
He's doing better. He's still got his own his own cold going on. But oh, the game. I'm using my gun.
You could also drop down and.
Yeah, let me swap to my sword. Here we go. No,
Oh,
apparently I have to drop. Actually drop. Oh, so
no, you
obnoxious.
could have done the jump.
No, I tried. They wouldn't let me.
Oh, weird.
I was trying to do that for a while, and I was like, why isn't it letting me just drop assassinate? I had to shoot him in the back. That was like, yeah.
The Delfer said that the game audio was a bit quiet, but then a cannon went off and it was really loud.
Yeah, I turned the game audio. Oh, look at that with the fancy Kale with the gun. I only have so much ammo, you pawns. Why are you wasting it on your counter animations? Fuck you, Ezio.
He's panicked. Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
These
Just
guys.
kick them. Okay.
Yeah, these guys you have to, like, actually. Yeah. I love Ezio. Which is the one that has the,
Oh shoot.
Oh. Which is the one that has the masquerade ball?
Ah, goodness, I don't know.
I know it's an Ezio one.
Probably the second one. The first game, Assassin's Creed 2. Oh no! My Uncle Mario! He's been murdered by Orlando Bloom.
I know you're there, Ezio. The Pope told me about you. And
That's
your
literally Orlando Bloom.
assassin.
Wild.
And this.
Is that?
I mean, give him a slightly pointier chin, with the goatee, and make him a little more angry looking. That's Orlando Bloom from Pirates of the Caribbean.
So consider this an
I don't
invitation
see it.
from my family.
I'm trying to. Who else do you think it could be then?
Shit!
Who shot me? Because he was pointing the gun at Mario.
Oh, Revelations.
Revelations has the ball. Masquerade
Yeah.
ball? That sucks. You know what game had a really good Masquerade ball?
What?
Dishonored.
Yes! That was one of my favorite levels. You gotta kidnap the girl and give her to the creep.
Yeah, I just killed her.
Well, I did the pacifist run.
Yeah, I kind of said to
Even though it
myself,
would've
you
been-
know, as nice as it would be to go for the pacifist run of this, I trust that guy even less. So I was like, you know what? This is a kindness.
Yeah.
I'm back to
Oh, man.
minuscule health. How dare they do this?
The oh man, God, Dishonored's such a good. We need to add that to the list sometime.
Yeah, Dishonored.
game.
Dishonored 2.
I never finished Dishonored 2.
The game you get to
I-
play is Emily Caldwin, and like I just
I know.
love
I
her
don't.
powers.
Oh, I don't like her powers. I like Corvus's. Corvo's.
Yeah, Corvo probably has like the better power set because they try to like make hers compared to his.
Yeah, I guess it's mostly because I'm used to Corvos, but I never finished it. I got like pretty far in. I got like 3/4 of the way done and just never.
Yeah.
I just put it down and could never pick it back up.
Claudia, why are you running away in that direction? Towards an ambush. You're walking. What is up?
So you saw the new Hell of a Boss?
I am not.
No, you haven't.
I've been working all day.
Oh, I thought you watched it yesterday after.
No, I went to bed immediately after that.
Oh, you should definitely watch it.
I'll get around to it.
It's really good. Oh man. God,
Boom.
the thing I wanted to talk about was the Ed Netty stuff, but I didn't. I thought you had seen those.
I have lived a surprisingly in places.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've lived a fantastic life.
We absolutely need to watch them.
I will hold them back. Stop! Wait for us! We thought you had been killed, Sir Ezio.
Not yet.
Where does this
We thought you'd been killed. That's why I was about to lock this door behind me to make sure you don't follow.
Let me through. I must go help the troops.
He's betrayed
The
me,
noble
didn't
man.
he?
What?
That man betrayed me.
I honestly don't remember, but I don't think
Where's
so.
Mother?
That man betrayed me. I'm pretty dang sure of it. I'm thinking to myself, that man didn't want to be around me and was ready to leave as soon as he thought I was dead. So that man has either betrayed me or I'm being yanked around.
Protect our mother.
His character model is too unique just to be a random dude on the side.
The Assassins of the Past.
Yeah.
Where is Mario? I thought he would be waiting for us.
The Borgia infantry are circling the town.
Mario is dead. You must leave this place. Take mother to Firenze.
Get me a horse.
You are not coming with us. Where are you riding?
She looks a bit like Obama.
You know, now that you say it, I'm thinking about it.
For whom we assassins
Did you know there's a comic where Barack Obama teamed up with the Dragon Fafnir to save the past?
Oh my god.
The artist took down their
Oh, shit,
website, which
what was
bums
that?
the heck out of me. Like a legitimately good comic. Apparently, what happened was the earthquake and the earthquake in Japan caused them to become very sensitive about some of the stuff in their comics, since they were working on a storyline about a dragon in Japan causing a natural disaster.
Oh,
So they changed it to something about fighting off rap artists, and I guess for some reason decided to shut down the comic entirely.
Piece of Eden. In the Vatican, Minerva talked about other temples that
Oh,
they were
man.
key to preventing one of the
who
terrible
voices
things about to
Desmond? It's
happen
that
to the
guy
Earth.
that
Nolan North.
is in.
Right.
Yes. Yes. I just had to say it's that guy, and you knew exactly who I was talking
No, I knew who it was immediately even before then.
about.
I was just finding the snip.
We need to get our hands on Ezio's
Mm.
Apple of Eden. Minerva altered it somehow when she touched it.
Wait, we're at the Auditore Villa.
Yes, it's our last safe house in Italy. It turns out the Templars are watching the border.
Ezio hid the PoE sometime in 1507, but when I try to access that DNA sequence, he seems to be remembering something else.
Like a memory inside a memory?
Yes, exactly. Maybe.
Exactly, maybe.
I believe you experienced something similar back at Abstergo, didn't you?
Subject
Oh,
14
God, Colds of
exhibited
the War.
memory within memory like patterns, but she was pregnant. The memories of both the fetus's father and mother were competing.
Desmond's not pregnant, at least as far as I can tell. Might just have had a big lunch.
Can you skip ahead to a later memory?
No, it doesn't work.
Remember,
Well, that
I
sounds
think
familiar.
it's
We couldn't
it might
access
be in this
Altair's
game.
later memories until
but-
Desmond had improved his synchronization.
the
It's possible something similar's occurred here. Ezio's troubled state is being transposed onto Desmond, destabilizing the memory. Either that, or
I
Rebecca's
remember
not a very good
one of
engineer.
the best scenes in Assassin's Creed. It might be in this one. It may have been in Revelations,
And that is amongst the
but
most
it's
likely.
basically Ezio
Touchy.
bangs this girl
This place isn't
and then
secure.
leaves, but the
Cell
memory
phones are buried
lingers
missing
on the
right through the
girl.
wall.
No, that's Altair, and that's in 2.
Are you kidding?
Was it Altair?
Abstergo upgraded
Yes,
the towers
yes.
8
So
waves go through every
I
single
know
one.
this because in the second game,
Find us.
No,
they
can't.
explain where Ezio's family line comes from. It's because in the first game, Altair spares a Templar girl, and you go into a memory of Altair in the second game, where he bangs the Templar girl from the first game,
Okay.
and that's where Ezio's family line.
There's a beam blocking it from the inside.
Okay.
We're not getting in this way.
What's her next move?
I just remember just how
Back to the
ridiculous
highway. This is
it
not a good
was.
place for us to
Like,
be.
it was actually a very, very neat scene when it happened, but like in hindsight, it's kind of absurd.
Well,
Yeah,
help us
fair.
then,
Well, look at like it suggests that a baby had formed like
Not even that-
after.
Yeah, the memories being carried on the sperm. Plot twist, you never
I guess you
play
could.
Ezio.
I guess because it was like also a memory of the other because mother's memories too.
Yeah. Plot twist, you were never playing Altair or Ezio. You were just playing their sperm. Memories are stored in the balls.
I just imagine like Desmond Miles running off and doing
That
stuff.
was pretty awesome.
It just felt natural.
God.
Get in through here.
You could have just climbed down the ladder, you extra ponce.
Yeah, imagine if there was a rock down there.
Yeah. God, I'm reminded of
The first game.
Watched a video
Isn't this
today
turned
before I left for
on?
work. 5-minute video of
Great to be out
Kaiba,
of the
Seto
elements.
Kaiba being
This
extra.
isn't exactly my idea of a good
My
time.
God.
Let me
this is-
guess. You're more the
The sound
invented
mixing
six
in this
type.
game is
What?
ridiculous.
Desmond? I know how to have
I
fun.
have the volume
How's
set
that
that turned down.
I know. It's not
Okay,
you. It's
okay,
just the
after we save
game
the world, I'll
itself.
show you.
Because this is
Wait, can I
way
get that in
louder than
writing?
it was outside.
We have
I think it's just whenever they do. See, now it's quiet.
Well, let me
It's
mess
well,
with the because
quite
I turned the
it might be echoes.
I'm gonna shrink it down to 1. That is on so that I get Twitch angry at.
Yeah. It's whenever there's something that has to have an echo. Like the echoes are unnecessarily loud.
Get out before I soldati catch you. Correte. Go.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, and his skeleton's still there.
Yeah.
I like that.
After the attack, I can see them now.
God, I freaking those gates with the spikes are so freaking terrifying. Whenever I play a video game, must have told you this before. Whenever I play like a Dark Souls game and I see one of those spiked gateways, I always panic because I'm like, this is the time the developer's gonna be a dick and just drop it on me.
It's just all it takes is one single time.
Great, it's stuck.
Stuck on his femur.
Well, of course it's stuck. It's like 500 years old. Drop it.
Do it.
Any chance you can lift that gate?
Not unless you want me to end up like that skeleton.
Don't worry, I will parkour my way through. Parkour!
Yeah. Parkour.
So here's something I always found hilarious about the Assassin's Creed franchise. Altair's model is literally just Desmond Miles. Again, it's literally his model.
But they had to change Desmond in the second game because of it.
Really?
Yeah, Desmond's model in the second game is vastly different than it was in the first game.
Huh. I never noticed that.
Yeah, in the first game they did it to save on memory. Because it's easier to just put someone in a different outfit
Makes
than
sense.
it is to make a whole new model.
Fair enough.
But in the second game, he looks. I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Because I've said things with complete confidence, and I've been wrong in the past.
How dramatic. I just want to go to Rome already.
We can't climb this.
How about you give me a boost?
That's a bad idea.
I could throw you into the air and you grab the ledge.
Even worse.
They're making fun of video game mechanics. Huh, funny.
How about this?
You didn't notice that, right? They're making
What do you
mechanics because it was like really popular at the time to have a boot mechanic.
I aim to please.
Yeah.
I wonder how old these tunnels are.
Middle Ages, probably. Luckily, the beams still hold our weight.
After all this time in the Animus, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but you're really getting fat.
Ouch.
They made his chin a bit more square in the second
Seriously?
game,
Okay.
and had his hair
Ready.
be a bit more. They also made his head a bit bigger.
Fair enough.
You know, when I came here last,
When Ezio came here.
yeah, I meant Ezio.
I do like the hand animation.
It's not right.
Hey, all joking aside, I'm having the time of my life.
At least his hands and stuff. That's kind of a cool touch.
Focus on where you're going, okay?
Like a lot of games, but I always find it like one of my favorite
Yeah.
mechanics has been like walking up against a wall and like which he doesn't do here, but it's a cool mechanic regardless.
Yeah. It just gives more like, because I also touch walls if I think they'll have an interesting texture.
Yeah, true. That's the ADHD or autism.
It's both, probably.
Fair enough. They're so
in
closely,
unison.
like the amount of people
When did this become my job?
go with his
If I pulled all the levers, then
nearly
what's
every.
left for you?
Nothing.
Nice try.
Ready?
That bum. I have to pull levers.
Found a switch.
He has to pull this one. Do it.
Yeah. Do it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Oh, they did this just so they could show you that you. That's clever.
Yeah. This is a really good tutorial level.
Fair enough.
Ezio gets a bath with Katerina Sforza, and I get a swim in a toilet. I've got this one.
There's another lever up ahead. Come over here.
Is it? Which one does she die? It's the third
It's this
one, right?
one.
Is this one?
Yep. Yeah, she gets shanked at the end.
Man, it's freezing.
Okay.
Stop whining.
Man.
Now, fun
it's been
fact, in
So
this-
long.
Swimming in mid
The
It's
second
been so
game.
long since. Oh.
You go first.
It's been so long since I've played this game that a lot of the coolest things I remember in this series turn out to be from this game, but I keep thinking they're from the other games.
Huh.
Just because it's been so long since I've played it.
Yeah, so in the second game, in one of the sewer levels, apparently, if you throw rocks into the water, a giant squid will come out.
Yes, in the below the cathedral.
Yes, that you know exactly which one.
Yes, I do.
That's the
Because,
Xbox gamer video knowledge.
Yeah, well, I was on that level. My dad was watching me on that level and told me to do that. And I was like, why? Oh, it's an achievement. I was like, all right, easy achievement. Didn't tell me what it was. Didn't tell me it was gonna be a sea monster. I don't even remember if it was an achievement.
I think it is.
It's gotta be.
I mean, there's an achievement in some of the Resident Evil 4 game where if you trigger the sea monster attack by shooting. Ah, shoot! They're
That's
dead.
always one of my biggest fears is
Great.
being on a bridge and it just collapsing.
Can't jump this.
I have an idea. You'll have to help me. Stand at the edge and get ready.
Oh, I'm gonna boost her.
Ready.
Yes, the very thing they were mocking.
Oh!
Yeah, at least it's not you that. At least it's not you. You're not the one that did the boost.
You go on ahead.
So it's a nice subversion.
No, I am boosting her.
No, you're not the one that got boosted.
Yeah, I'm never the one that gets boosted.
Yeah, so it's a nice subversion. It's
No,
usually the
I
player
never.
that gets
No,
boosted.
player's never the one who gets
Nice work.
somebody else.
That's what we disappoint.
For now.
I'm remembering that usually you're boosting up somebody else and then they help you up.
Oh.
At least that's just my knowledge from favorite game Army
Yeah,
of
she
Two
climbed
40
down
a
the
day.
ladder.
Is there actually anything up here?
You'd think these stairs
Maybe.
would lead somewhere.
It leads to a
Boo!
door.
Just go and get that bridge down for you.
I do like that they had special text just for that.
Will be your
Yep.
Haha, very funny.
Oh man, this
I-
game is beautiful, by the way.
It is a beautiful game. It's the texture work. It's the design work.
Yeah.
I've always said to myself that some of the best video game stuff is never in like the model guns, but in the
Yeah, no.
the texture work.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I like Banjo Tooie so much because it's a Nintendo 64 game, but it's still so beautiful because of the textures.
Yeah, have you ever played Sphinx the Crystal? Haven't.
No, that's on our list to play, and we keep putting it off.
Yes, I highly recommend it because it is one of my favorite games. And a big part of that is entirely because of the way it looks. It's really good texture. And it just holds up a lot. Like it's an absolutely beautiful game. And you're running across this beautiful Egyptian landscape. And you're always thinking, Egypt, yellow and brown and And then, for whatever reason, the developers said to themselves, what if we make it reds and other really beautiful colors?
And blues, according to these screenshots. It has like an Aladdin palette.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful. It's oh.
Alright. You know what? After I beat Death's Door, I'm gonna play Sphinx and the Cursed Money.
Nice.
I'm gonna put off Super Metroid until after that.
Fair enough.
Just remind me.
Yeah, I'll even guide you so you're not stuck on like some of the mechanics. It's very Zelda-like, because you'll end up like just running around for
Good at Zelda games.
It's a very good Zelda game. The only difference is it doesn't have a lock-on mechanic.
Oh, that'll make things interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Death's Door is also Zelda-like. It's like a combination of Zelda and Dark Souls.
Fair enough. But yeah, I highly do recommend Sphinx the Mummy to anybody who's listening. It's a beautiful game. It's well done, and it's also the last original IP made by Eurocom.
Go check out Death's Door, which is also an amazing game.
Yes, indeed.
Man, I'm still so glad that Jester had the exact same reaction I did to the chest.
I'm sneezing.
Because think about watermelons.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm so glad Jester had the exact same reaction I did to the chest.
Fair enough. Glorious boobs ahead.
I had to bite my tongue to not call it a mimic. I didn't want to spoil it.
Oh, yeah. Reminds me of one of my favorite things about Dark Souls. Did you see him vanish, or was that just me?
Who, Desmond?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. That's because they made his model jump around, but they didn't cut fast enough.
Yeah, at least it's not as bad as Sonic Boom. You remember how bad the scene transitions in Sonic Boom were?
Oh God, I've seen videos done by the Gang Grumps dude who were talking about how the cutscenes work. Yeah, and he's like, so in the background you can see Amy and Knuckles flipping through the wall here, and
then they jump back here, and then they jump right back over there, and then they're gone, and then they appear in the right spot. And then there's that time where Amy just flickered into existence for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonic Boom was an absolute shit show. We should also play that at some point.
No, I'm not gonna get a Wii U for that.
Is it not on the
No, it's a Wii U exclusive.
Really?
Yeah, because Sega never wanted to acknowledge it exists, never published it anymore.
You guys did it.
About bloody time.
Which was the Sonic game that had that was made for a it was made for like PlayStation, but then like towards the end of development, Sega told Sonic Team that they needed to port it to the Wii, and it was an absolute shit show because they basically had to rework from the ground up just to get it compatible because its engine was not compatible with the Wii.
That's Boom.
Know the Wii. Huh?
That's Boom.
Was that Boom?
Yeah, that's literally Boom.
Oh.
Everything's good here.
Yeah, so what happened was Big Red Button was working on the game using Unreal Engine. And no, it wasn't Unreal. It was Crytek.
Oh,
and
the Crisis Engine?
Yes, the Crisis Engine. And they're working on the game, and they have all this stuff going on. Yeah, we're gonna make it for like the next generations, PS4, Xbox One. That's what we've been told to make it for. We got like plenty of time because those aren't out for a bit. And then Sega drops like midway through a meeting. Oh yeah, by the way, we changed our mind. We decided that you're releasing it in 2 months on the Wii.
With a whole new engine.
No, same engine.
What?
They mentioned the engine wasn't compatible. They had to because they already paid all the licensing rights for it, and Sega wouldn't give them any more money to buy a different engine. They had to
Which
modify it entirely.
which was the one where they had to change engines altogether?
I don't know, but I do remember that Sonic Boom.
I think I might be thinking of Sonic 06.
I think so.
My roommate just got Sonic 06 recently,
Oh.
just to see how much of a shit show it actually is.
I like that this is just press any button, but like you're playing the rest of the game, it's like you gotta press a specific button.
You know, the original button mappings had a purpose. The they were actually the purpose of the original buttons was the same purpose for the button symbols in the PlayStation controller. In
Yes.
the where triangle was to look in first person. That's what that button was originally for, and square was to open up the map. X was the context sensitive button; it was to interact, and I don't remember what circle was for.
Okay, tell me this.
Oh no, there is no map. You don't
Motherfucker
get.
literally just told me to find all the items in the goddamn map. Find all the light
Oh, there's
posts.
one.
There it is. Okay, that's how we're.
Okay.
Okay, look for
Okay.
those.
Yeah. Follow the wires.
Yep. 4 of them. Yay.
Well, that's 2.
Here we are. There's 3.
Okay, so yeah, it's a lot easier when you follow the wires.
Yep.
Oh man. This is a great game. What's the sky look like? Pretty nice. I've seen worse skies.
Pretty good skybox.
Yeah.
The skybox is in the Power games. I can't
Yeah.
climb on the goddamn walls.
Of course you can. You're a parkour expert. The
You know what this does? This opens up so much map option.
yeah,
I can look
there
for
it
the
is.
thing.
It's behind you. See? Look to your.
I see it.
That's not the one I was talking about, but okay.
Really?
There was. It looked like there was one on a rooftop. Not like. There was. It looked like there was one on a rooftop, but
Oh, okay.
this is 4. So I'm guessing there was more than 4, so that you didn't have to
Yeah, probably.
scour the map.
So you'll find one no matter where you roam.
Yeah. Well, no, you're in Italy.
Just in time. The sun's rising.
It's booted. Go.
That caught you off guard.
Oh, I was stumped for a moment. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Have you
Let's get started.
roam?
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha.
I got that reference.
Yes.
God, the Animus just keeps getting smaller and smaller.
As you may have noticed in the van, I've made some improvements to the Animus, and I've also patched in a new VR training program.
Never be
You
used.
can show off all those flashy
Yep.
moves you picked up from your ancestors. Let me open one in the mission.
So here's something that we gotta discuss now that we're getting into the actual game.
Oh, they're making me do a kill streak.
Are you going to get all the glyphs?
I'm not even gonna bother.
Okay. You're not gonna get the bonus, the extra. Yeah. I think. Oh man, I think Ezio is probably my favorite assassin.
Yeah, he's definitely most likely.
Yeah, he controls better
Oh
than
no,
normal.
counter grab. Training complete. I finally learned how to do this.
Yeah, you learn how to kill more than one person.
You can access more VR missions through
That
the
gold. Did I get gold on that?
As you complete training sessions,
I got
you can
bronze.
add additional
Oh, no, I
challenges.
don't want to do more. Don't make me do.
Stop your subconscious from rejecting Ezio's later memories. You're gonna have to live them in the order his genome recorded them. Highlight sequence 2 for me, Desmond. Good, now select it and you're gonna see the memories inside.
I do love how.
Once you've unlocked a memory by accessing this menu, you can
Yeah.
relive it as many
Gosh, you crazy lady! Just let me play the game.
It looks a lot better in this game than it does in 1. In 1, it was just hexagons, I think.
Probably.
You can leave the machine whenever you like.
I've been playing this series since like it came out in 2007. I
Yeah.
need instruction on how to play goddamn Ass Creed.
Yeah, who the hell would be starting on the 3rd game in the series?
Okay, let's get started.
Apparently Ubisoft, because they think everybody's starting on game. It's 5 million.
Desmond, I've been looking at those gibberish 5-digit codes from the end of Subject 16's files, and I seem to have discovered a remarkable coincidence. The codes correspond perfectly with coordinates inside the Animus. I've tagged the landmarks, pinpointed by the coordinates with eye icons in the database.
Oh god, do I gotta go out into the real world and look for the markings?
Oh, thank God you're in game.
Oh, thank god I'm in game.
Calmatevi. The pain will end soon.
Where have you brought me?
Hello, Daredevil's mother.
A man left you here.
I didn't watch Daredevil.
Only this.
Which one? The movie or the TV show?
I've seen the movie. I'm talking about the TV show.
Let me help you get dressed.
It's good.
Yeah. I like the movie. It's stupid. Like, really stupid.
See, miss.
Like, holy shit, it is peak 2000s edgy superhero.
My god,
But
and they
I
have the music
love-
too.
Yes, they had Evanescence.
Yeah. Wake me up. Wake me up inside. Can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Save me from the storm. It's such a whiny song. I mean, it's a great song, but it's like just so whiny.
Yes, or what is left of it since the Borgia came to power.
And the mausoleo.
Unfortunately, you cannot see it from here.
How about from the
Yeah, so in the comics,
Yes.
after Daredevil,
That should not
I think it's a Frank Miller comic,
Ratio di tutto quello
Um,
che avete fatto per me.
where after Daredevil gets his identity found out because his girlfriend got addicted to drop below. What ends up happening is I can't run. Ooh. Make me walk. So what ends up happening ends up in a church, injured and dying, and a nun nurses him back to health, and it's revealed later that it's actually his. So it's very amusing. So I remember reading an article. The game was in about changes they were making to the game to make it better than the previous. And the big change was that the streets are now wider, so you can ride your horse.
I require medicine.
Let me look. Someone your age cannot recover from a wound like this with medicine. Here is something to dull the pain. You will heal over
Oh
time.
man, I love the Plague Doctors.
Someone your
Pretty good
age
Plague
is
Doctor
weak
mask.
and evil.
But they have not proven effective.
Well, yeah, he's an old man. He's like 25.
Do you need anything else?
This is Renaissance era when you were lucky to live past 30. This was during the Black Plague, I think. Let's see. When was the Black Plague? Oh no, this was 100 years after the Black Plague.
It's okay, Ezio. We all know that you're young at heart.
Yeah, we can tell by your Naruto run. Oh man, I saw the best. So
I just
don't
struck that man right in the nobody's.
I don't watch Boruto, but I saw a scene from Boruto on my Tumblr dashboard.
Okay.
Or maybe it was Twitter. I don't remember. But anywho, it's Boruto's father bringing him a cake for his birthday, and then just disappears. And they're like, "Oh, it was a shadow clone." And someone commented, "Not even Goku is this bad of a father."
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Naruto is an absolutely abysmal father. And Sasuke is just as bad, if not worse.
Probably worse, considering it's Sasuke.
Did you know that instead of being around for his daughter at all, he decided to go dimension hopping?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like literally, after I'd be more suspicious if somebody jumped into a hay barrel as soon as I start looking at them. Yeah, so as soon as before his daughter was even born, he left to go dimension hopping with his magic eye, and apparently didn't even know he had a daughter until he returned sometime before the events of Boruto.
I've always wanted to make a dark, edgy character in D&D, like leaning full tilt. Like it all began. Uh, my mother died before I was born.
I do love that when you hide in a group of people, they just turn all black and white.
Oh yeah, it's a lot better than in two where it was kind of or in one where it was kind of ambiguous whether or not you were actually hidden.
Yeah, it was always like you just had to like slower walk, and he pretended to be like a monk.
Yeah, and but you didn't. It was unclear whether or not that was actually. But here it actually shows the border of how close you have to be to stay within the group,
You know,
like on the floor with the grid.
fancy-looking nobleman hangs out with poor peasantry, completely unidentifiable.
And
I can
steals their money.
yeah, I can just rob people just by fast walking. I forgot that.
Shit. You are getting so close. Did you just rob that beggar?
Yeah,
He noticed.
yeah, I'm like the police in that case.
Yeah, no, the beggar is blowing your cover. He wants to fight
You can
you.
suck it. He'll never catch me as I fast walk away. Oh no, I'm in a crowd. How will the beggar notice me to fight me? Okay, I'm just gonna kill him. Oh, come on. Counter. Ah, fuck. Bitch, you poor bastard. You. Ah. That's fair. I should be punished for that. I should be punished for robbing the and giving to the rich. Watch this. I'd say it was just a master pickpocket. He's just so fast that he just by walking by them and bumping them like. Rob every NPC in the game, speedrun win. Still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you just weren't responding to my very bad jokes, so I was like, oh, am I actually funny? Are you chuckling?
I was. I guess Discord wasn't picking it up.
Fair enough.
It was a sensible chuckle. Jesus Christ. It's okay. You're a nobleman. These are just taxes.
Yeah.
You got to build a dick-shaped rocket to go to not even space.
My God, am I being chased by this asshole again? Okay.
Stop robbing people, and they'll stop blowing your cover.
Ezio did not kill citizens? Yeah, well, fuck you, I did. And I didn't kill him. I knocked that fucker out cold.
Yeah, just stop robbing people, and the groups will stop dispersing.
Look, it's their fault that they're easy to pickpocket.
You're going to get caught.
Oh my.
Told you.
Oh, I'm
Now
sitting.
what? Have you learned your lesson?
Yes, rob faster. Nah, okay, I'll actually play the telling. Dang it! Now I gotta actually play the game like they intended me.
Yeah.
Can I just follow him from the rooftops, like, boy? Any game that makes me just walk behind people slowly. Well, my new tactic is only rob from the women since they don't seem to have a attack animation. How's that for a tactic?
I mean, if it works, but we've still yet to see evidence.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm only gonna rob women, and if any of them attack me, then I'm wrong.
That's how you get canceled on Twitter.
Twitter is worse things to cancel me over.
Is Ezio problematic? He killed people.
He did not kill people.
He killed everyone but the Pope.
You know, honestly, if a dude started joining my group and just stood there silently for like half an hour waiting for like people to walk by, I'd probably be more freaked out.
This is that this is basically New York, and as long as you're not punching people or stealing from people, nobody gives a damn.
Fair enough.
God, everyone is so angry today. What the hell?
Ah, the rich are stealing from us. A man in white comes through, and suddenly I am poor. It's almost like the world is built against us. We should seize the means of production, comrade.
God. You'd
Nah,
think
but
that,
seriously, anybody who gives up the means of production to a company is...
Did you hear Grimes trying to defend Elon Musk? And then... Oh shit, now you gotta kill him. Yeah. Grimes was trying to defend Elon Musk, but all she ended up doing was saying that he's ugly.
Oh, Lord.
Like, and also people were like pointing out how much of a terrible person he is, and also pointing out that she basically called him ugly in her attempts to defend
You know, I
him.
just shot all of these guards, and none of them even thought to wonder, why is somebody making noise and I am dying?
Who has firecrackers?
Did you ever watch that video by poor man? I better speak to him. It's been a bad day. They murdered my wife and then they beat me up in the street. Perhaps I should release the demons of hell.
I wish he'd just killed her. I wish he'd just killed La Mia Amata. People who saw her grow up cheered when he spat on her, smiled
on their faces when her neck...
I understand.
How can you? My Livia was innocent.
I have lost family to the rope. To treachery.
Il Carnefice watches from his home on the hill above. He threatens to hang me if I cut her rope.
Well, what if I do it?
Well, kill the guy first and then cut the rope.
Take her down. I will deal with Il Carnefice.
Il Carnefice. I just imagine like NTC.
You just snorting a line?
No, that's as I mentioned, I have a cold.
Yeah, I know.
I have a box of tissue inside. What was it, like Assassin's Creed 3 that was very happy that they added in the ability to scale cliff faces?
I think so. The you know what? Is Assassin's Creed 3 the one where you could pet the dog?
Yeah, I believe so, yes.
Oh, okay.
AK the best one.
Absolutely.
Not my best, but it's hard to make art with poor materials.
What do I got?
Assassinate X.
No, I'm trying to figure out what I got. I don't know any poison. Do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. You can kill all these chumps.
I just leap down and... I was only doing my job, man. You know how much they pay me by year?
I get to keep whatever they have in their pockets. You know, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
People who would be executed
Oh,
would wear
no.
their finest clothes because in the hopes of that the executioner would make it swift.
Okay, give me a second. Let me take out my weapons. God damn it. Counter. Seriously. Can I not fight here?
You can fight.
Yeah,
You
okay,
just
there we
weren't
go.
in attack mode. Remember, you have to actually press a button to enter the combat mode. But yeah, people would wear their finest clothes when they were being executed because if the executioner thought he was going to get some great shit out of you, he would make it swift and clean.
Yep.
That's why Will Turner in the first Pirates of the Caribbean wore a fancy ass outfit
Ah!
because he knew if he failed, you have to hold B. He knew that if he failed, he was going to be executed on the spot. So, he
Oh, shoot, I got a ring.
Oh, nice.
No, here's a fun story about Michelangelo. He keeps coming back to Renaissance painters. So,
the Renaissance period.
when he met Raphael for the first time, there's a popular story where Raphael mistook him for a execution. So that I always think is like kind of cool. Like how much of a miserable person must you be to have like somebody in the street confused for an execution? Drop. Stab me with a crossbow, you motherfucker!
He stabbed you with a crossbow.
Boo? Boo you? Why don't you boo this? Check it out. I'm a badass. I just robbed that man. Can I open up a store? Renovate? Yes. This is an investment, I'm telling you right here. Come before the bank is full, otherwise the money doesn't go to you. Oh.
Yikes.
How to?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You can become a banker. You can become a wealthy elite.
Enough.
You can become a capitalist. The horror.
Don't worry, I have this horse for collateral. That's it. I'm gonna see if I can watch towers. I'm gonna open up
Yeah.
Virgia Tower. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? We should play Predator Concrete Jungle.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, the main antagonists are the Borgias.
Oh, neat.
That's why the tower reminded me of it.
That poor man's owned. Directed.
Yeah, but you can still climb on the outside, probably. Oh no, because that's in the restricted where it'll kill you if you.
Oh, restricted in that way? Ah, then I'll just
Well,
go
I mean,
right in.
also, no, it'll kill you if you go in there.
Oh, distinct. Okay, so I'm not supposed to go there yet. That's how they keep me
Yeah.
out of certain areas. Ah, boo. Boo. Alright, mission time it is. I'm wanted. I do love the music. Legitimately. Oh, that reminds me. The new OST for the new what's it called? That it's a game by Suda51. No More Hero. The new More Hero soundtrack is out.
Nice.
The new game comes out like next week, I think. Where is he? Where did he go? I don't know. Perhaps he's gone. Maybe check that that area nearby.
Yeah. Oh shit, they are. Man, I hate that he just jumps out. It would be so much easier to just let them come one by one because that's what they do. And just
One
keep
by
pulling
one to
them in.
check. Hey, let me hide behind your booth. No?
Oh hey, those are masks. Those are masquerade masks.
Can I just like assassinate him from? Here it is. Oh, he's a...
Yeah, that's rough. Kill that. Oh,
No, I don't want to go back onto alert.
oh, that's fair.
I have enough money. Tunnel entrance not be upgraded. Under the influence of the Borgia, you have to kill everybody around it. And is that what I'm going to be learning here?
Maybe.
Ezio, what a surprise to see you here.
Oh, not really.
Sent for me. Never. News of the Villa attack has spread across the city. We were certain that you were dead. Not yet. I am still very much alive. The Borgia must not discover that you escaped them.
Throw him in scaffold. Just kill him. Okay.
You're killing Machiavelli? Oh no, you're with Machiavelli.
Yep. Hey Machiavelli, my buddy. Let's all hang out together. This is how you usually walk. Like I'm goddamn Gomez Adams, sort of creeper walking towards my objective as possible.
You would be wise.
Rest in peace, Gomez Adams.
You will not live long in Roma without supplies.
The answer in the movie is great.
I have my blade.
And the guards have their guns, courtesy of the Borgia. Fortunately, I can help.
Here, buy ammo.
While you're in my debt, perhaps you will listen to reason.
Yeah. I like his outfit. I like all their outfits.
It's very the costume design in Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that person was unnecessarily loud.
It's a me, Mama Mario. Roman
It's a me,
Spalders. Is
Luigi.
that better than what I have right now? A weapon. I
I'm gonna
don't
buy an
need
Assassin's Creed hoodie.
that. 1,000.
I should.
I should have
Yeah.
invested. Romans, I have to buy the stiletto. Oh, God, you're making me buy a weapon I don't want.
Yeah.
Why were you doing? My best friend in the world, Nikkio Machiavelli. Isn't it like a thing in like the first, in the second game where if you get 100% complete happy that makes people know more?
There will be no peace.
Yes, it's the cloak that has like the auditory flag.
Family crest on it.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was browsing Amazon for an Assassin's Creed hoodie and I saw this Plague Doctor mask. It's only $16.
If you find like a really good hoodie, let me know. I actually won't.
Honestly, a lot of these look like crap. At
That
least
sucks.
the ones on Amazon.
I'm pretty sure there's like some costume shop that says legitimate league ones that are like,
Oh, absolutely.
but they're probably like super expensive. $500
Eh,
out one.
a lot of these are like so goddamn boring.
Give me his name.
Like they don't have enough flaps. There's.
It's all
one
about the
that-
flap.
Yeah.
I got a jar of leech.
Oh God, this one is absolutely ugly in all colors except white and black. What does it look like? It's got a decent amount of flaps.
What was the Assassin's Creed movie where they didn't even bother investing in outfits?
Oh God, there's only one Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah.
And the way they did the animus was so weird. They had to be like this weird VR arm thing that goes around the waist and has like a thing that connects it into your spine, like fucking Doc Ock.
To be fair,
it-
probably the best way to do it in a visual sense, but like still weird.
Yeah, I think it would have been better like stick him in the chair
They want everyone to know their actor can actually do.
and have him play the fucking
Assassin 2, yeah.
which they did, I think.
Maybe, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Roma is quite large.
As Cesare's conquests in Romagna continue to succeed and the Borgia grow in power, they have taken desirable areas of the city for themselves.
How long have I've been streaming?
Stables here.
Oh,
See.
the will of the Borgia is law now.
9:26. Wow.
Flying and
Yeah.
Do not play dumb with me, Machiavelli.
So like 2 hours almost.
I am in
Okay, let's and
It's barely even been an hour and 45 minutes.
yeah, we'll continue. Kill this next mission. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go till the next hour, like until the next o'clock. Because that'd be a nice round time.
Okay. On counterattack, man. There we go. Oh, he's doing that. Okay, let's try this. There we go.
Oh man, I like the crowd that's just cheering. I mean, I don't blame them. This is like provincial Italy. This is probably this is the time when people would take their families to go see executions in public.
Yeah.
Like they're used to this. This is basically primetime wrestling for them.
Yeah. Too bad I don't have any gun ammo because I wasted it on that crowd of losers.
Well, you still wouldn't have it because this was a whole new scene. Try grabbing him.
He's dead now.
Oh, okay.
I can kill him by throwing him into scaffolding? How does that work?
Oh, there's the scaffolding.
How does that work? Throw him in.
You grab him. Well, you already failed. It was to kill him.
How would I even do that? I'm trying to imagine, like...
Oh, the scaffolding would fall on him.
Really?
Probably.
They do that? Oh.
I know it does that with, like, the shops.
Oh, okay. Go back to Mech. Machiavelli, did you see that? I just murdered a bunch of people. Broad daylight.
A few guards does not mean the people will grant access to the stables.
You are right. We need to send a signal. Wait here.
Go back to Machiavelli. Then we send you right back.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta light the tower on. Oh, right. That's what this one is. It's the one where you have to light all the watchtowers on fire to gain the sympathy of the people.
I'm at 1
That
health again.
was not a good idea.
I thought that he was gonna catch the ledge. Let's see, bumbling fuck, you
You're healed
careless.
now, so.
How dare you miss that? You know, No More Heroes is a series that I've always kind of been in. I just got really.
Is it on Steam? Because you can play that.
It's
after
on
this.
Switch.
Oh.
I just set the entire building on fire with me in it, like. Whoosh.
Oh, No More Heroes is on Steam. You could totally stream it.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Both of them, No More Heroes 1 and 2.
I have to look into that. I
didn't
even realize you could do it that way. I thought it was like because of all the motion waggle. That's how it was done.
Let's see. Sirius has No More Heroes 2.
No,
and
I'll
1.
give it a look.
Ask are you still in contact with Sirius?
Hang out on his server sometime.
Okay. Oh, there's a bot in chat. Let me block it real quick.
Oh, thank God.
I'll ban. We should have Sirius on the. If we do No More Heroes, if you do stream No More Heroes after this, you should check to see if Sirius wants to join as another co-host.
Yeah. I mean, I own a copy of No More Heroes on. I just never get around to playing it. I have to set it up, and I have to put it down. I have to attach it to my TV. I have to get the waggles out.
Yeah, just play on just play just see how Sirius what Sirius's opinion on it is, and if they say that it is playable on, like, if it is good, then you could totally stream it without having to do all that.
Makes sense. Fair enough.
I just use I got Mario Odyssey, which uses a hell of a lot of motion controls. So I have a Switch Lite, so I can't take off the things. So what I do is I just flail my Switch around.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Unless you have a Pro Controller. Can you attach a Pro Controller to the...
I don't have a Pro Controller. Because I can't control I can't hook up the Switch Lite to a thing, so I'd have to, like, set it down and stare at a small screen from further away than I would if I play. You know.
Fair enough. Catch the thief. Okay, how about this? I'm sprint at him, and then I'm going to tackle.
Get out of here before I regret sparing your life.
No, no, you're dying. Done.
Nice. You got full sync.
I lied to him. He's like, "Oh, I better run before I decide to change. Before I decide to change my mind on sparing your life." Then I just shank him. The mind of Ezio runs very fast. I just love it when I'm feeling on anything. It's like, I'll go before I change my mind on sparing you. And they just that's the funniest thing. What's one of your favorite villains?
Oh God. The villain song.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I love the villain. I love both villain songs in Centaur World. The Nightmare or the Nowhere King battle. God damn it! I almost pulled a jitter.
The Nowhere King battle scene.
Yeah, the Nowhere King battle and Nothing Good.
But last time, scanning in eagle vision seemed to help.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. What was the other song that was the villain song?
It was it was the Nowhere King battle, and it was Nothing Good.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
yeah, the I've been calling her the Nowhere Queen because she's obviously got a history with the Nowhere King, and he straight up said that she created him. And also, there's a painting of woman above the throne, which looks a lot like a younger version of her.
Yeah,
Even
I've
with the
taken up
same
that
hair.
habit too. Like, I legitimately think you're onto something.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep calling her the Nowhere Queen because that's easier than calling her Mysterious Woman.
Fair enough. You know, I was about to say the other villain song is "Fragile Things" by Wummelwing.
When I started watching, I thought Wummelwink was going to be like secretly an antagonist, but or a villain, not an antagonist, a villain. But she ended up not being a villain. A foil, yes, but not a villain.
You know how many people I've talked to who are like just starting watching? They're like, "Oh yeah, Wummelwing, major villain vibes there," and I'm sitting here like, I know I've seen the show, so I won't say anything, but you are so far off. She's basically mom Max.
Yeah.
Walk really fast towards you. Can't rob him.
Did you liberate your money from our friend? I did.
I also liberated him from his life.
Add up. And in time, with work, we'll have a few dozen more.
And in time, Cesare's gaze will return to us, and we'll be broken again. Now, where is my contact, Vinicio? He should have already intercepted the letter.
They're talking about Da Vinci?
I don't think they're talking about some. Contact and retrieve the letter he carried.
Yeah. How ominous.
Lead the way, Machiavelli.
Yeah, these horses. Fun fact: did you know horses cannot run downstairs?
I think I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why here in Texas, at least, it's a common senior prank to bring horses to the second floor.
Why can't they walk down?
Just the way the stairs go, it's too uneven walking down. Um, like horses will not walk on super uneven ground. That's why in like revolutionary times, whenever like a bunch of horses were charging, soldiers would like all get down in like the fetal position to create an uneven ground that the horses would stop at, because it has to do with how fragile their legs are, because if a horse breaks their leg, they're basically dead.
True.
And so that's why they don't walk on like extremely uneven ground.
I can buy the Coliseum.
Yes.
That must be like
Oh,
so expensive.
also there's a rune thingy.
I
on
can't.
the
I can't. I
Colosseum.
can't leave. I can't leave.
Oh right, that's what this game did. It actually told you the areas that have the glyphs to make it easier to find. Oh, but then its glyphs lead to the circle puzzles.
Boom.
What were the circle puzzles in this game or 2?
God, I don't recall. That's like asking me, "Hey, do you remember that week in September?" And I'm like, "There's so many Septembers."
Yeah. Well, that song was actually happened in December.
Ezio, stop him.
Not to remember. Dancing in September. Like the song takes place in December.
What? I'm supposed to stop him?
I think you're supposed to tackle him.
Bullshit. I killed him, tackled him, same deal.
Well, you gotta interrogate him.
I thought I was getting the letters back because he stole them.
No, it says chase and tackle. Oh, and you got money.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know why that seemed extremely. Oh, there's probably a watch or a tower in the Colosseum that you can
Liberate.
Well, no, not liberate, but there's probably a watch point, a place to look for the birds. Look around for the eagles.
Let me just zoom. No, there is none.
Oh. Well, the things to look around.
Nope, none of those.
Really? Is there not birds nearby?
I'm not seeing.
Weird. Eagle Point, that's what they're called.
Yes.
Yeah, I could have swore there was an Eagle Point.
No, I bet you there was like some elaborate chase sequence they were very proud of that goes through this area, and I just completed it by just gunning the guy down.
Well, there's absolutely a chase sequence later on. Probably.
Someone must have been like, "Oh yeah, the Roman Colosseum will have the player chase this no-name loser through the Colosseum," and suddenly, like, I just got him down in one.
Yeah. You should try to find the glyph as the last thing for this session. Because there is a glyph somewhere on the Colosseum.
That man robbed me. How dare he?
Let's see, Colosseum glyph. It's on the outside.
As I saying, "Oh yeah, it's on the outside of the Washington Monument."
It's gonna be on the outside towards the top.
What side?
I don't know. I'm just looking at a screenshot of it. Oh, is it like It's gonna be a big white glowy thing, like towards the top, right before the very top. If you can get to the top and run around, you'll probably find it.
No!
Let's see.
Ezio, you buffoon, you monkey!
Oh, it says it's on the southern side.
Ah, yes. This
Yeah.
must be
So
on the northern side.
I think you're on the you're on the eastern side. Look at your map. See how it says north? It's to your right.
Yeah, probably. It's the
Yeah.
wrong side. Right here?
Uh,
No? I thought
it,
the ruins.
it just looks like it's on the top towards the or it's towards the top. Yeah, so yeah, just keep running around and there it is. Right below you, right below you. Oh no, never mind. That was the hay bale.
That is so nighttime. Maybe it's here.
Oh, is that it? Get out of
No,
the
that's a treasure
no, that's
chest.
chest. Hmm.
Grab that. Ezio, no, 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 you bitch! Ah, he's the worst grab detection. I give up.
Wait, I'm looking at a walkthrough. Okay, you know where that tree is?
Tree, 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 tree.
Okay, okay, I see what you mean. It's going to be hold on. I'm watching a. Okay, it won't appear until you get close to it, but it won't appear. Okay, look around. I see a thing that is a marker. Get out of eagle mode. You're
Okay.
not going to be able to see it until you're fairly close to it.
Okay.
And just keep looking up at is this yes this is it's gonna be just climb right up and one pillar to the left.
Okay.
What yeah, you need to get to the left one pillar and then just straight up and that should uh
Ah,
towards the yes, this is the pillar you gotta climb. Just keep going up. It should lead to it. uh uh
psychopath. This weirdo
okay,
climbing around.
all right, keep going up.
So weird. Ezio finds like points.
Okay, now use your eagle mode. Look up. There. Okay. I was off by one pillar.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I was surprised how accurate you were, and then you off a little.
Well,
That's not bad. That's still pretty
yeah.
accurate.
What I was looking for was that piece of barricade towards the top. Like if you look right below you,
Oh
you'll see
come
the
on, climb up, climb up.
You can jump up to it, I think.
No, I can't. I'm trying.
You can't do the jump class.
No, I'm trying to.
Okay. Try go all the way up to the top and try to drop down to it, maybe. Oh, and also it'll stay even out of eagle mode now that you've located it. No, doesn't? Oh.
Maybe I gotta be on the.
Oh yeah, look, there's a pole you can climb up.
Where?
Or not a pole, a indentation. Can you climb up that? Can you? Oh.
Ezio, you saucy son of a bitch, climb.
This is the one thing we got to do before we end the stream. Can't be an Assassin's Creed game until you do at least the glyph.
No, no, no!
Okay, okay, thank God, it's not that far.
I hate the climbing. Because he's always like, maybe I want to climb here. No, I don't.
But he can't grab that small.
He's not
thing to
jumping.
the
He's
left?
not jumping. I'm literally pressing jump.
Can you? Okay.
No! No! No!
Oh.
That's the auditory differenze, you son of a bitch. Control like ass.
Yeah, that's why they call it Assassin's Creed.
I remember there was talk from Game Grumps trying to figure out like a
An
it's back when
Assassin's Creed.
yeah, an Assassin's Creed parody video. Assing.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, jump you, jump like frustrating.
I think
It
you
looks like
might get the jump. I think you might get the jump later on. Then remember, carefully drop, and then just climb down. Oh.
Come on, drop.
Well, can you drop and grab onto it? Oh, God damn it!
You fucker! That's it. I'm done.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody on YouTube for watching. Pick up next week. Check out some of the other videos on the playthrough on the channel, such as the Voodoo Vince Let's Play, which has been completed, or the Death's Door, which is ongoing at this moment. And leave in the comments what your favorite Renaissance painting is, or Renaissance art in general. Yeah, that's fair. Take your anger out on the peasants, just like a real rich person. You're a modern, well, you're a Renaissance Jeff Bezos.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.